So you
Uh,
didn't go all revolutionaries on them and tear their embassy apart like the Iranians did.
Well, we tried, but we lost. Before the Spaniards came, the Southeast Asia group was actually like a trading area.
If you get out of the country, you immediately understand the significance of countries that have a closer culture to English and they can talk, or they can't. I want to go to Filipino tomorrow. What are you going to tell me?
Stay away from the city.
And do you want my recommendation if you wanted to go to Afghanistan tomorrow?
Yeah, go
Don't.
ahead. No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about Philippines. How about that? Are you okay? Like,
Okay. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
definitely.
every time we talk, I ask you something about it because I'm like one of those people who's like super curious about everything in the world, and I have heard about those stuff. I've read about those stuff. When I was a kid, like ever since I was like 5 years old, I was reading nonstop about everything, and but like it was all theory, right? Like you, unless you, so like you read about Philippines, and
Yeah.
you never see it, you never meet anybody from there and stuff like that, and then you finally meet someone from there. So that's why I just wanna hear like some fresh perspective on that because
Yeah.
I want to feel like every part of the world. I want to see a new perspective. I want to see someone from there talking because I know that the globalization have made everybody so close. A lot of the
Yeah.
countries, like now, they're like doing the same stuff almost. Like they're using the same platforms. They're like kind of, they've gotten a little bit closer, but still, there are like a lot of nuances and a lot of subtleties about every single culture that is so cool, that is so unique. And that's why I just want you, if you like, if anything crosses your mind about Philippines, tell me about Philippines.
All right. That's a good point to start to,
It
just to
is.
understand my background and where I'm really from. So basically, the Philippines, it's actually a new republic. It started its own government around 1950s or 60s, like after World War II. But his history goes way back, like really, really way back.
When was it? Do
Um,
you know the exact year? When was it established? When did it get its
um,
independence or something?
well, our independence, we got it from Americans.
Interesting.
Yes. So they colonized the Philippines as well. It was around July 4, 1946. It was the official end of American colonial rule. But
We're
until today,
we're older than you guys? I
maybe,
didn't
yeah.
think so. That's so
But
interesting.
British colonizers were way back than
Yeah,
American
yeah, they
colonizers.
were.
So that's probably why.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it says it's the official um, day that we got our freedom was back in July 4, 1946. But until like the 80s, Americans were still in the Philippines. Like they still had bases that they maintained.
So you
Uh,
didn't go all revolutionaries on them and just tear their embassy apart like the Iranians did.
well, we tried, but we lost.
What do you mean you lost? You got your independence.
um,
Oh,
Back
they
in
were
like
still
the
powerful?
yeah, they were really, really like powerful. Like back in the 1900s, like 1908, something like that.
Hmm.
There was like a Filipino-American war, and a lot of Filipinos got demolished by the Americans.
Oh,
Yeah,
because they still had their bases and stuff, like because they still have like a superpower country back in home, back home, right? But because when we kicked England out, England was like on the edge of getting out, like not being a superpower anymore.
oh yeah.
Probably that's
That
why.
day or when that was happening, America was just starting out. So it was just growing. It was at the peak of its power, if you say. Um,
I guess you did a good job because I think Iranians, when they kicked the Americans out, then they just stormed the embassy and they got some hostages and stuff, and they just completely ruined their relationships with the Americans forever.
yeah. Well, ours, I don't know what happened, but once we got like defeated by the Americans, we just submitted to them. Filipinos just became like, I don't want to say
Maybe
it.
you just formed a good relationship. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, let's put it that
Because
way.
Filipinos are like so good with everybody. And that's good, bro. I can guarantee you that's good because I've come from somewhere that has like enmity with everybody, and that's not good. That only
Yeah.
hurts yourself. So you have to just forget. the past. You just have to not forget it in the sense like completely forget it, but like you have to learn from it and they just go ahead. Like Japan did, right? Japan was
Yeah.
The Japanese were like tearing the U.S. soldiers apart in 1945, but in 1946 they were like, okay, like going ahead. I'm not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Basically the
saying.
same thing.
Yeah, basically, kind of.
Well, what happened to the Philippines actually, the reason why we lost against the Americans, because they were more technologically advanced back then.
Mhm.
And then we just came out of another war, which was
Mm.
the American, or I mean, the Filipino versus Spanish War. Because the Philippines was actually colonized by the Spaniards as well
Mm.
for like 333 years. So that's like 3 centuries, yeah, of colonization.
I didn't
Um,
even know, like, before coming here, I didn't even know that you guys were like so close with the West. Like you guys like have so many like your names are very similar.
yeah,
You like you all of you guys like most of you guys can speak English. Like you have this very Western culture like in some ways, you know?
yeah, that's what happened was when the Americans colonized us or defeated us in the war, they actually like westernized our culture. And there was a time as well, like around 1960s, where they sent a lot of Jesuit teachers or American teachers from America to the Philippines. And they established like a lot of universities. And the only language that they taught was English. But later on,
Interesting.
they did some Filipino language, which is called Tagalog now, which is taught to everyone in the Philippines.
Mhm.
But majority of the Philippines still uses English because of that, especially in universities and high schools. Um, we use English as a mode of learning.
That's so
Yeah,
cool. That's so
it's
cool.
by
I've
the
come.
government decree that schools actually use it.
Right.
So that's why students use English when they're at school. But when they're at home, of course, when within their families, they use their own like mother tongue, like Tagalog, or mine is like a different dialect actually, which is a sub dialect, which I
Mm,
call or which we call Kapampangan. Yeah,
interesting. Do you guys have like deeper relationship with the other like Eastern Asian countries as well, or are you guys
yeah, we
mostly into
do.
West? Okay.
Well, back then, before the Spaniards came, the Southeast Asia group was actually like a more of a trading area for a lot of different tribes, different cities, nation states. That was
Interesting.
like really, really big in the Mediterranean. Like there's a lot of nation states back then in Persia, which is Iran right now. Um, Back then there was a lot of nation states in the Southeast Asia region as well, like in Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and those were all trade partners. Well, they were actually big trade partners with China as well. So the culture there is really mixed. And if you didn't know yet, or I've told you before, I believe, that before the Philippines became the largest Catholic country or Christian Catholic country in Asia, it was actually a Muslim majority country.
I
Yeah, it
think you
is
did say
Islam.
that. Yeah, you did say that.
And then some similarities that we have with the other Southeast Asians is we also have paganism, which is really big in the Philippines back then.
What is paganism?
They believe in nature and this god they call like Bathala, which
Okay.
is like the one creator. That's like, and they believe in nature,
That's
like the
so cool.
seas, the trees. Yeah, that's before Christianity and Islam. Well, the Philippines is a great place, honestly. The place is nice, but the people running it, it's not
That's the
that
worst
good.
part. Yeah.
The system is bad. But for example, if you're already like well established somewhere, like here in Canada, and you want to have a vacation, Philippines is a great tropical country to go to. Very nice people. If you don't speak Tagalog, most Filipinos speak English. So it's really,
Ooh,
really
that's so good.
easy. As a tourist, yeah, it's really, really easy to visit the Philippines because you can communicate with the locals.
If you don't get out
If
of the
you,
country, you're not going to see the significance. But if you get out of the country, you immediately understand the significance of countries that have a closer culture to English and they can talk or they can't. So I can tell you, like, if you go to Afghanistan, you're gonna be like, you're or Iran or even Tajikistan. I think it's like those countries are like so focused on their own languages that when
Mhm.
somebody else goes there, it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be very tough for them. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people, it's like they don't even like know enough to be able to, you know, to just give you a solution for what you're looking for. It's just it's bad. It's not good.
That's a lot of places in
I'm
in the
I'm
world.
like so into English because when I went to Pakistan for a while,
Yeah.
I felt like I was so worried. Because I didn't know a word of Urdu, and I was like, what am I gonna do there? Because not everybody is educated there. But when I went there, dude, for 10 months I was like living there, and I didn't face a single problem with communication. Like
Yeah.
everybody, kids, educated people, even uneducated people, they could speak at least enough English to, get you going. So how about the
Um,
food and how about the weather, by the way?
weather. There's only two. It's either wet or it's dry, or I mean hot. So it's really, really hot in the summer, and it's rainy. Um, in the it's not winter time, so it's just two weather systems. It's either really hot, really
Can we say
really
two
rainy.
seasons? Is that
Two
a
seasons, yeah. It's kind of a different type of hot than what you might experience in the Middle East. Especially, it's more of Middle East, I believe, is more of an arid region or more of a dry region.
a dry region? Yeah.
Yeah. In the Philippines, it's kind of opposite because it's really hot, but the air is humid
Okay.
because it's surrounded by water,
Yeah,
right?
by
Because it's an
water.
island.
Yeah.
Um, and then you feel sticky because you're sweat like every time. And
Is there any
even
solution to it,
the
by the way?
yeah, air conditioning.
Outdoors. No, outdoors. I know. Inside,
Oh,
air condition is awesome.
outdoors,
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of Filipinos. They'll wear the like tank tops, like
Okay.
barely wearing anything.
What else? I want to go to Filipino tomorrow. What are you going to tell me?
Stay away from the city.
Why?
Get out of the city.
Why?
It's better to be in the province area. It's a lot more peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
Food is better. Air is better.
Right. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
and if you go to the beach, it's really, really nice.
And
We have tons of beaches.
do you want my recommendation if you wanted to go to Afghanistan tomorrow?
Yeah, go
Don't,
ahead.
because I want to see you alive, man.
No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy.
I mean, some like we have a lot of tourists going to Afghanistan after the fall to the Taliban, like even afterwards,
Yeah.
because it's so weird. For 20 years, when the Americans were there, people were like just living their lives. They were progressing at a very high speed because there were like so much money that the Americans brought to Afghanistan, and universities, schools, jobs, constructions, like everything was moving at a rapid speed. But the only security problem that they created was like that was there was the Taliban. Like they were blowing things up and they were like trying to do suicide attacks and they were like doing some weird stuff. And they dragged on the fight for 20 years, and now like because they've come back, like there's nobody else to do that, right? That's why like there's a little bit of security there. And now I'm seeing a lot of foreign tourists going there, and they're like pretty safe. But because of the fact that there was not a lot of tourism in the country for the past forever, uh, people, especially if you go to provinces, they may not be as used to seeing people who don't look like them. So
Orange, yeah.
they immediately see something like so weird and different. So at the first step, you're gonna have a lot of kids and a lot of people, you
Oh,
know, gathering around you, and if there are some crazy people among them, then they might, I don't know. Not really. I'm just joking. You'll probably be safe, but yeah, but I think it's gonna need a few more years of peace and tranquility before it becomes a little bit more streamlined for tourists.
yeah.
It
I
has
guess it's the
beautiful
same.
places. It has beautiful, beautiful places, by the way.
I've seen videos of
I've
Afghanistan.
it's
Like,
it has four seasons. It's so the weather is like one of the most beautiful weathers in the world because it's so balanced. Like the winter is not too cold, the summer is not too hot, the spring and fall is like beautiful. We have this interesting lake in the middle of the country called
I've
Bandiamir.
seen that. Yeah, I've
There
seen
you
the
go.
videos of that.
We
Yeah.
had one of the oldest Buddha statues in the entire world, but the Taliban blew it up, and they made a replica of it in New York a few days ago. It's so
Oh,
beautiful,
really?
a huge replica, yeah. And Kabul is pretty nice. Herat is a very good city, and it's yeah, a lot of fruits, and you can have very good steaks and very good. We cook a very good rice. We're like closer to Arabs in terms of like cooking rice and everything else to our Asian looking friends in the
Yeah.
East.
Well, the thing is, the Western media, it kind of portrays a lot of places really, really bad.
It does.
Yeah,
Does. But they didn't
a
portray
lot.
Afghanistan bad because they were helping us, so they were
Yeah.
trying to they were trying to help us a little bit. But when they show Iran, for example, they
Oh,
show it
yeah.
like very badly. Always a very gray, country.
Backwards country, something
Just,
like
just
that. But
like
it's not, right?
and Iran is not a backwards country. You go to
Yeah.
Tehran, you're gonna love it. It's beautiful there.
I've met one of the smartest like friends that
Yeah,
I have from
yeah,
Iran.
yeah. They're like very smart. They're very cultured. They're at
Yeah.
least like they're very cultured. They know about like cinema. They know about music. They have their own things. They're not. They were not like relying on Western culture at all. They created their own thing because they were like so focused on their own
Isolated.
language, Persian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're very cultured people, and they're like their cities are beautiful. They have some of the most beautiful lakes, some of the most beautiful forests, and they're also the weather is also very stable in Iran as well, and that's something that hurts us a little bit because we are
Yeah.
like so used to a very stable weather that wherever we go, it feels weird. If we go to Pakistan or India, it feels super hot in the summer. If we
Hmm.
go to probably Philippines, that level of humidity probably might be a little bit of a problem for us. If we go to Russia or like some of the colder countries, we don't know what to do. In Canada, it's like
Canada.
too cold for me, for example, right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to acclimatize, but like it's not enough. So yeah, the weather is like some of the best, like one of the best things about those kinds of countries.
Well, yeah. You're pretty close to Pakistan, right? Like
We're
above
neighbors.
Pakistan is
We're neighbors.
bordering?
One of
Oh,
the
okay.
biggest neighbors. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe Pakistan should have great immigration. If because I believe there's problem because there's a lot of Pakistanis here.
I had to go to
In
Pakistan before coming here
oh, see?
because I was
Yeah,
like,
I
honestly, I was a little bit in danger as well. Like, not a little bit. I was
mhm,
quite in danger uh, because I I do not believe in any religions, and
mhm,
I was pretty outspoken about it. And also, I had worked with many of the American companies,
mhm.
American organizations, many of them, and yeah, I was pretty open about the whole pro-Western culture, being pro-Western culture, and about everything about it. Like, and that's why it was not a safe place for me actually to be there afterwards. And I had to go to Pakistan, and yeah, it was very good because Pakistan is at least Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, is like one of those countries where you can get stuff done.
Yeah, I
It's
think
good
it's
for
really
people.
really well connected,
It's
right?
very well connected. People speak English. The city is like easily like you can find anything you want, even if you've been there for a day. And yeah, and we are in the middle of Pakistan, Iran, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, China.
Right. China's
A
pretty
little bit of
close.
just a tiny bit of border with China.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you still have a border with China?
just a
That's
tiny bit
crazy.
in the
China
northeastern
China
areas.
is so big
It's so big. It's
that
connected
you
with
still have a
everybody.
border with China.
That's so weird, right?
Yeah.
It's so small. Our border with China is so small that it looks like they've tried to drag the country to keep
Uh-huh.
that little area just to be connected with China. Maybe they thought China is going to be a superpower one day, and we have to be somehow. Because if you look at the
It
map, it's so
is.
funny. Like the whole map is like a circle, but that part is like dragged to be connected to China.
Well, from what I see, China is still gonna be a superpower. Like it
It's still
is.
gonna be. It
It's
is.
fighting.
It
It
is.
is fighting.
It already is. So
That's
yeah.
true.
I mean, Filipino people, I met with them, like with a lot of them in here in Canada. They're some of the
Yeah.
nicest people I've ever seen, I've ever met. They're so relaxed. They're so chillax. They're so
More so in the
nonchalant.
Philippines. More
Sorry?
so if you go back in the Philippines, everyone is like in slower time.
Exactly. And in our countries and like most Middle Eastern countries, mostly like Islamic countries, they're so serious. Like people are a little bit, dry. It's just like they're too serious about a bunch of stuff. And
Mhm.
as I said, Filipino people I've met here, they're very relaxed. They're like so chill. And I'm like
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm with Theo Von on that one, like on the Filipino perspective.
Really?
Do you know what Theo
You
Von
mentioned
said?
Filipinos?
He's one of the most famous podcasters in the world, and he says something very cool about Filipinos. He said, when I die, I want a Filipino old lady on top of my head, on my head, like saying everything's okay." It's so
Oh,
funny.
because Filipinos, like majority of us, or
They're so
around the world,
kind. They're
there's
so
a lot of
caring.
Filipino nurses.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't mean it as a nurse. He just meant it as like he said that you guys are like so chillax. He's like you're so kind and caring and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think that's what he meant. Because if you're in like in a home for the aged, like for people who are old, staff there mostly Filipino. If you go to hospitals, your nurse, 50%, probably 60% is gonna be a Filipino. That's probably what he's talking about.
He didn't mean
So
it. No, he didn't mean it that way. He meant it only as I because I knew the tone of the conversation, right?
yeah,
And he explained it as well. But he said, yeah, because I've never seen any Filipino who's like a bad person. Like, he's like every Filipino I see is like either so kind and caring and so cool and relaxed and stuff like that. I'm not just trying to make an angel out of you. Like I'm not trying to what do they say? De deitize,
DFI?
deify. There you go. And deify
Yeah, you don't.
you guys, but I'm pretty sure there are like some bad people in Filipino as well,
A
just like
lot.
anywhere in the world. Oh, there you go. But like what I'm trying to say is like the general public's like so cool. I've never had
Yeah,
any
yeah.
issues with you guys.
Generally, Filipinos are more on the welcoming side. Yeah, that's true.